is that 97% of people won't make 6 figures a year. But the good news is that anyone can be a part of the 3%. And I'm going to give you what I believe is the major key for you to be able to get there. Hey guys, welcome to the Level Up Unemployed series. My name is James Selu, online marketer, entrepreneur, founder of the Level Up series, as well as jamesselu.com. Head over to the YouTube channel, type in James Selu, click subscribe so that you can get notified on any videos or content that we release, and join the mailing list on jamesselu.com. So today, we are going to be talking about how I had a 6-figure year. But before we even go into that, I want to talk about something that I saw on Twitter, and it's a way that you can measure your progress. The news channel CNBC released an article on how you can measure your wealth. And in anything that you do, it's important that you know where you are and that you can track your progress. Now, what I'm going to tell you isn't gospel. This is just something that I saw online that really made a lot of sense to me. And it's a measure of your wealth based on what you currently have in your bank account today. And the measure is, if you were to lose your primary source of income today, or your only source of income today, how long could you survive based on the money that you have right now? Now, if you could survive less than 1 month, then you're broke. If you can survive 1 to 3 months, then you're teetering. If you can survive 3 to 6 months, then you're satisfactory. 6 months to 2 years, then you're well off. 2 years to 5 years, then you're wealthy. And 5 years or more, you are ultra wealthy. So that's a measure of how you can progress and track your wealth. So let's go back to the video. How I had a 6-figure year. Now, the first time that I earned 6 figures was in 2014-15, in my second year as an entrepreneur. Now, I want to talk to you about the reality. Now, today, less than 97% of people earn 6 figures a year. Don't be the 97%. So the bad news is that 97% of people won't make 6 figures a year. But the good news is that anyone can be a part of the 3%. And I'm going to give you what I believe is the major key for you to be able to get there. Now, there's 2 ways that you can make 6 figures a year. There's 2 ways that you can make any amount of money. Number 1 is based upon the hours or the time that you work. And number 2 is based on value. So let's talk about time. Now, how would you earn 6 figures a year just based on linear income? So let's say that you earn over £27 an hour and you work 10 hours a day, every single day for 365 days of the year straight, without any break, no time off. Now, your net revenue would be over £100,000, but of course, you would be heavily taxed and you would end up with less than 100K. But more importantly, it's virtually impossible for you to do that. I realized when I was working as a doctor and I was planning my route to wealth, that working hard is not going to get me to where I want to go. I needed to work smart, and I didn't want to get paid based on just my time. I wanted to get paid based on value. This was really, really important for me. So first, you need to get away from the mentality that you get paid for time. Move away from hours and pounds. Understand that the money that you make today is based on the value. The amount of money that you're earning is directly proportional to the amount of value that you're giving to your organization, your employer, or the amount of value that you're putting out into your marketplace. And the amount of value that you are putting out into your environment is solely related to the amount of time, energy, money, and resources that you have invested into yourself. The amount of energy and resources and time and money that you've invested into your skill, into your craft, or into becoming better. Now, a prime example of getting paid for your value. I recently went to the Manchester date on the Assassination Vacation Tour. That was Drake and Tory Lanez. They put on 20 shows in Europe, and I went to the heading opening night, which was in Manchester. Now, there was 21,000 people there, and I think my ticket was about £180. The average ticket was about £150. Now, if you do the maths, 21,000 times £150, that's over £3 million that was revenued for that one show alone. Now, of course, all of the money's not going to be profit. There would have been expenses, etc. So let's just say that Drake ended up with 1.5 million profit just from that night alone. And if you times that by 20, that's 30 million. So 1.5 million from that show. He was on stage for about 90 minutes. So he was not paid for his time. He was paid based on the value. Another example is, let's say, for example, a personal trainer or a barber. They're not just paid for the 1 hour that you are getting from them. You are paying them for the years and the years and the years of experience that they've put into mastering their craft. So if you put time into yourself, you can now increase the amount of money that you are worth per hour. And if you increase it to a significant amount, then you could get paid 100 grand a year based on your time. But it's not your time alone. It's the years and years and hours of time, the amount of money, energy, and resources that you've put into yourself to become better, to be more valuable, so that you can be worth more. Now, it's crazy. I read a statistic. I've got it here. The average American in 2016 spent $251 on lottery tickets, but they didn't even spend 10% of that on books. Now, I'm not sending shots to anyone who's American. I'm sure for us Brits, it's a very similar statistic. But the point is this: we are always investing into our image. We're investing into our clothes. We're upgrading our cars, upgrading our watches, upgrading our hair, upgrading our looks. But very, very rarely are we investing in ourselves. And if you want to have a 6-figure year and a 7-figure career, then you need to invest in yourself. We hear it all the time. And this is exactly what I did. I got involved in network marketing in 2014, and the majority of people that get involved in any type of business, whether it's network marketing or anything else, the majority of people will not make it. And the reason they will not make it is that they're not prepared to invest in themselves, to increase their value, increase their skill, and become worth the income that it is that they want to make. But remember, anyone can. You have to be willing to invest in yourself. So where do you start? Where did I start? I did things like invested in books, the simple thing that you can do first. You can access the greatest minds in the planet today, past and present, for £10, £20, £30. So there's no excuse. So you can invest in books. After that, you might invest in seminars where you can go and network and learn from other individuals. You might decide to invest in courses where you can get continued mentorship from individuals that have done what it is that you want to do. You might decide that you want to invest in a personal mentor who can teach you what it is that you need to know. And I did a range of these things. I remember that I invested huge amounts of time, energy, and money into pouring into myself so that I could become better. To date, I've probably invested around multiple 5 figures into my personal growth, invested into me so that I can become better, because to earn more and to receive more, you need to be more. You can't have more first until you become more. So the key is that you need to invest in yourself, increase your value so that you can charge more for whatever it is that you do. Now, I've put together a small list of some of the resources that I've used to date that have enabled me to become better. And if you head over to jamesselu.com and click the resources button, I've compiled a list of some of the things and the resources that I've used over the last 5 years that have helped me to have consecutive 6-figure years in business. And my advice to you is invest in yourself. So head over to jamesselu.com, click the resources button, and you'll be able to see some of the things that I've used personally, or some of the things that have had expert research done around them that I know individuals that have leveraged from those resources to have massive results. So the message here is invest in yourself. It's so important. So thank you guys for checking out this video. Click the share button if you feel like you got value from it, or if anyone that you know will get value from it. Someone needs to hear this message. I appreciate you. I appreciate your support. Head over to the YouTube channel, James Selu, click subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you guys.